just basically we finished that little portrait by our tanks. First things first, on the top left is a picture of the place before we set the tanks. I was part of the tank team, one of the three main groups we split up into. And that's just kind of like a bird's eye view of before we started working. And down here is after we had already leveled the dirt, which I believe the second day. The first whole day we leveled out the dirt, and the second day we brought the tanks and we sat them in place, ready to drill holes and such to connect them. And on the far right is Danny, along with Brian, the guy that made our trip possible, part of the Dream Volunteers, and then the mayor along with some other councilmen from the village looking for the main pipeline in order for us to tap into it so we could connect it to our new tank system. On the left you'll see me drilling the top hole for the airflow. So we basically drilled holes like at the same level in the top through all the three tanks so the water would flow in easily, and then we drilled another hole towards the bottom so the water could actually flow through and it would fill up at the same rate. And then in the middle you'll see Liam along with Brandon and Danny in the tanks. They were putting some fittings on through the inside because you had to hold them on the inside and screw them on through the outside. So it was kind of fun getting in and out of those things. They're pretty narrow, you scrape yourself up real good. You know? And on the right is after we had connected all the tanks together and ready to get them filled with some water. As Danny mentioned earlier, the kids were really impacted me while I was there. I don't know, they were genuinely happy even though they really didn't have much. Like our first day there, I saw a group of kids running around with like a black bag and like a string for a kite. And they were just like laughing, like running around, having like a really good time. And it just made me like think back to when I was little, how I would get mad if I didn't get toys for Christmas. Like, damn it, I wanted toys, but yeah, there's more to life than material things. In the middle, you'll see Christian with a section of piping we had to cut out after we had found it in order to modify it, in order to connect it to our new system. So basically, we had to put a T so we could get some tubing running up into our new tanks, and then this connected the rest of the piping system in like a big circle, basically. All went throughout the village. On the left, you'll see Brandon digging a trench for another pipe that goes from the tanks down to a spigot so the villagers can actually retrieve their water. So that's what he was working on there. And here's just a picture of our crafty work, I guess you could say. We had to cut a whole bunch of little pieces of piping and glue them together in order to get them how we wanted them. And this here is the check valve, which I thought was really cool. I didn't really know much about plumbing before, but that basically lets water flow in one direction only. And their mountain spring is at a higher elevation than these tanks, so basically whenever there's water there, it's fed by gravity down, and it fills the tanks whenever there's a change in volume. So basically the tanks are always full, and inside the tanks is what you call a float valve, which basically is like a rod with like a plastic ball connected to the end of it, and whenever the water level goes down, the ball goes down, and there's this little valve that opens and lets more water in, so it's always full and it's always like replenishing like fresh water throughout their system. So I thought that was really neat for us. And then also when there's no water in the spring, the check valve works the other way, and it just uses the water that's in the existing system. So they'll have a longer time to go without being out of water because the spring is dry at certain parts of the year. And then on the right is just another picture of the process. Here on the left, you'll see one of the crew members, Ivan, preparing the little wall for a little mural that we painted on the last day. And it was just really cool. All the kids came out, and I don't think many of them had really worked with paint before, so they were like super like curious about it, and they all wanted to paint, so we just decided to let them like put their handprints on there and stuff, and just like help us paint that. So it was really fun, and I think it was a really great experience. Last fun day for sure, and that's it.